Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to your favorite TV show of mine, The Bob Phillips Show. And today we have a very special guest, like I promised you yesterday. And it's really a surprise for me, and really an honor for me to interview this lady. Usually it's her husband that is in the limelight, but today we're bringing her out of the closet and letting her tell her viewpoint. And our special guest star today is Mrs. Santa Claus. Now, Mrs. Santa Claus, like I said, it's usually your husband's in the limelight. And it's unusual for you to be on TV talking about yourself. But we would like to get to know the real Mrs. Santa Claus. What everybody wonders, they know how Santa prepares for Christmas and how hard he must work. But how is it that you prepare for Christmas?
Well, I really don't do anything special when it comes time for Christmas. Just the usual cleaning the house and such. It's Santa and the elves who do all the work.
Well, I guess the elves do help a lot, but isn't it a pretty big chore taking care of Santa and all those elves?
Oh, I don't consider it a chore at all. I enjoy it. But it is a little bit tougher when it gets time for Christmas because the elves and Santa are so busy. But I must make sure they get their rest because that's very important.
Well, I know it must be a really hard job for the elves and Santa and yourself all to get ready for Christmas, but it must be a big drain mentally too. How do you help psych up Santa for Christmas?
We stay busy singing Christmas carols, and of course we decorate our house just like the boys and girls decorate their houses. And I'm busy myself putting up the Christmas tree and Christmas shopping just like everybody else because Santa must have a nice Christmas too. So we just make it more like Christmas around the house so Santa feels like getting prepared.
And I guess that all the letters coming in from the boys and girls really help put you in the Christmas spirit. Does Santa answer all the letters himself, or does the elves help, or yourself, or how do you go about that?
Well, we get many, many letters, so we all help Santa answer his letters. But you're right, it does help a lot when we get those letters. It just wouldn't be Christmas without letters from the kids.
Now, everyone knows that Santa delivers presents and toys and everything for the boys and girls around the world, but what about Santa? Does he usually get Christmas presents? Who delivers his presents?
The elves and myself, we make Christmas for Santa, so we're the ones, while he's out delivering the toys for all the boys and girls, the elves and I put Santa's gifts out for him, and then we go to bed, and when Santa returns, he puts our gifts under the tree, so they're there for Christmas morning.
Well, everyone knows how Santa is around Christmas, but what about the rest of the year? Does he spend all year getting ready for Christmas, or does he have any other activities? Does he play golf, or does he ski, or what does he do during the off season?
Well, there's never really an off season for Santa. He stays busy during the whole year getting ready for Christmas, because can you imagine making toys for the boys and girls all over the world? He's got a big job on his hands. But of course he has time that he relaxes and enjoys himself, and he likes to go outside and play with the boys and girls up here at the North Pole. So he spends his leisure time with children because he does love them so very much. And he gets in some golf and some basketball and baseball and such as that, too.
Well, one thing I'm sure that all the kids are wondering is about the reindeer. Now, it is true that Santa gets right on flying reindeer, isn't it?
Oh, sure. How could you not believe about the reindeer? They're the most important part.
Well, who takes care of the reindeer all year? Do you do that, or do you have elves assigned to that?
Oh, no, Santa insists on doing that himself. That's the most important part of Christmas, is making sure that the reindeer are ready to fly.
Well, and of course your most famous reindeer is Rudolph. Is it true that he has a very shiny nose?
Of course! My goodness, Rudolph is my very favorite reindeer, because he's so famous, yet he doesn't like to carry on, and he doesn't like for you to say he's any specialer than the rest of them. But that shiny nose comes in handy when it's snowing on Christmas night.
Well, that's nice to hear. We're all concerned about the reindeer, but I read in the North Pole paper the other day that one of your special guests this winter was Frosty the Snowman, and we understand that Frosty spent several weeks, and he and Santa are very good pals. Now, most people have read about Frosty, but very few have met him. Can you describe what kind of person he really is?
He's really a very, very special snowman, and I just think the world of Frosty. He's just like your average snowman, only he can walk and he can talk, and he's so happy, and he loves to sing. Oh, how he loves to sing. And he has been a big help this Christmas, getting things ready and keeping Santa on his toes. And we've come to know Frosty very much, and we're going to miss him when he has to leave.
Well, Mrs. Claus, it's about time for us to go now. We really enjoyed having you on our show, and we hope that you can come back real soon. And we hope that you give our special regards to Santa. Is there something else you'd like to say before we go off the air?
Yes, I'd like to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and a special Merry Christmas to John Michael Phillips and James Andrew Phillips.
Well, that was real nice. They must be two very special boys for you and Santa.
Oh, yes, they are very special.
All right. Well, again, thank you, Mrs. Claus. And like I said, we really enjoyed having you on the show. And folks, I hope you've enjoyed our interview with Mrs. Claus, and I hope you'll tune in tomorrow for the Bob Phillips Show. Until then, take it easy, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.